Oh, hi folks. County Line Gardener here. Hey, this video is going to be a little different. I haven't really got a whole lot to, haven't got anything to tell you about the gardens because it's all done for the year. This is Thanksgiving morning, Thanksgiving Day. Usually on Thanksgiving Day, me and my wife, my daughter, I have two daughters, grown daughters. They have grown kids. I've got 4 grandkids, and they all come over. The 9 of us, and we just have a great time. We eat dinner. We eat until we bust, until we. And then we let that settle. Then we go back about an hour later and have dessert. You all know what I'm talking about. Well, this year it's not happening because of the virus that's going around. One of my daughters and her husband and her kids, they've all had it. And my other daughter and son-in-law and me and my wife, I'm 69 years old now. It'd be dangerous for me to be around anyone like that. And my doctors have told me not, whatever I do, to go around anybody. I don't go anywhere. I don't even take my trash off to the dumpster anymore. My wife does that. I'm afraid to get around anybody because I'm very susceptible to catching this virus. I can't breathe to begin with COPD. I have a bad heart. I'm diabetic, on and on and on. I could go on all day. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. But I wanted to tell both my daughters and my son-in-laws and my grandkids that they're the most important thing to me and my wife. And this is the first Thanksgiving I can remember never having them around. And it's tough. It's tough, but that's just the way it goes, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about the garden here. We had a good garden this year. We had the rain this year, like we're supposed to have it. The peppers, I grew 4 rows of peppers, 100 rows each. 8 feet, all my plants are 8 feet apart. All my plants are 8 feet apart, except corn and green beans, of course. Potatoes. That way, I have this big John Deere tractor with a 4-foot rototiller on the back. You've seen in all the other videos. I go up and down, north and south between them, then I turn right around and go east and west. And it pretty well takes care of all the weeds. Except right around the base of the plant. And I haven't figured that one out yet, but I'm going to. If you folks have any ideas, let me know. Just around the base of the plant. But anyway, the peppers did okay. I had one whole row. There's 12 in a row. I had all green bells in the first row, and then the second row were 3 each of red, purple, orange, and yellow. Well, I want you to know the purple ones turned. The purple ones come on purple. But the yellow, the red, and the orange, they never did turn. They never have turned for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The seed I buy it's brand new seed, but I've just never had any luck with any of my peppers, bell peppers, turning red, orange, or yellow. I'd love to have that happen. I would love to have that happen, but it doesn't. My hot peppers, they habaneros, Anaheim chilies, I can go on and on, jalapenos. They all did good. All the peppers done great. And I was picking peppers up until the first frost, which was only about a month ago. And then I did that. I pulled the plants up, and then we rototilled it all under. So the whole garden's rototilled under now. So I was happy with the peppers. Okay, let's move on to sweet corn. We grow a seed called Incredible. a little more expensive than your regular sweet corn, but you got 18 rows of kernels on it. They're about 8 or 9 inch ears. They're nice. This year, hey, it just seemed like they were stunted a little bit. They just didn't, the stalks didn't get very big at all. But I had corn on them, not very big corn, but the corn was on them and it was good. It was delicious. That did okay. I'm not going to complain about this sweet corn. The Indian corn, which we grow for ornamental reasons, we grow it and it's hanging, right now it's hanging off my back porch. The ears are on the front porch and it's just beautiful. My wife fixes it up after it dries and ties them together, and you know how that looks. And it's gorgeous. And I love growing Indian corn just to see the variety. We had some this year, excuse me, that were totally red, just gorgeous. And then we had some that were totally blue, and they were really pretty too. We actually, our neighbor friend gave us some popcorn. Give me about a fistful of popcorn. And I put that out in a little row, about 30 feet row of popcorn. And it grew. It's small. You know, popcorn grows small. The ears are small, the plants are small. But they grew, and we let them dry in here for, probably a long time. And then we shucked the kernels off there, and we popped some up the other night, and it was good. It was real good. So we're going to try a little more popcorn this year too. So that was fun. That was something new. My onions did real good. I get my onions plants. I'm going to call them plants. They're strung with a rubber band. They're greens. And they're about that long. Bunches, I think they call them. I don't know. But it's got the green part on it. And I get them from Dixondale Farms down in, I think it's Southwest Texas. They got a monster garden down there. Not a garden, but a farm. And they're a little pricey, but they're well worth it. You'll be happy with them. I planted red, and I planted the white candy onions, and they both monsters. I had several over 1 pound, which is, for me, is a good onion. Those were in the raised bed. I think one reason I'm having success with my onions is they're in the raised bed, and I can reach right there and pull all the weeds out and get all the weeds out without bending over. You know, I'm kind of lazy about that. I can't hardly bend over because I can't breathe when I bend over. But anyway, I think I lose a little weight would help that. But anyway, onions we're very happy with. We hung them in here and let them hang up and dry. And then they're stored now. We chopped up a bunch of them and froze them. Green beans. Well, I planted green beans May the 15th. 400 feet, 4 rows. They were up in 3 days. They growed and they growed and they growed, and they were just wonderful. They were jade green beans. Jade. That's important. I've been buying my jade green beans online on eBay, but they got a little bit out of hand on the price. So I started looking around and I found a place. I don't know, there's the catalog right here. See if you can see that. Okay, Morgan County Seeds. Morgan County Seeds. Good people. Their prices, their green bean prices on jade were half what I was going to have to pay on eBay. Half. I went ahead and bought 5 pounds. I also bought my corn seeds off of them. I usually buy my corn seeds locally. It's called Incredible. And that's what they call it, and it's real good. But the green beans, back to the green beans, we was real happy with them. Now that was last year. I didn't have 5 pound bag last year, but I had enough to plant them again in the fall. The day after we picked ours, after 63 days, we picked them. On the 64th day, we tilled it and we planted a new crop of green beans for the fall. I just wanted to make this note, not once in the summer, not once in the fall. Especially in the fall. A little bit in the summer. I had a few weeds, but no bugs. No bugs all summer long, and that is because I sprayed them. I used seven spray concentrate, mixed it with water, put it in my 15-gallon tank on the back of the golf car, and sprayed it probably every Saturday morning, along with the potatoes, which is another story we'll get into here in a minute. But the green beans, the fall crop of green beans, there was not a bug on them. There was not a weed around them. And for the most part, the green beans and the regular green beans and the summer green beans didn't have any bugs on them either. A few weeds. Okay, potatoes. Yeah, I'm shaking my head. I'm not growing potatoes anymore. If you watch my past videos, you'll know that I've not had a whole lot of luck with potatoes. I grow Cannaback. One year I grew some red potatoes, but these Cannabacks are my favorite, big white ones. I planted them this year right when I was supposed to, on Good Friday. I don't know why, but that's when you're supposed to plant them, and I did. And it took them forever to come up, but they did come up, and they grew well. They grew very well. I healed them like you're supposed to, did everything you're supposed to, fertilized them. I just did not have any luck with them. And I grew 700 feet of them. That takes up a lot of my garden. Of course, my garden's 350 feet long by 125 feet wide, so, you know, I had the room. But anyway, we've decided, after we dug these up and picked them, there just wasn't enough there to warrant the spraying them every single Saturday morning, healing them, fertilizing them. So we don't eat that many potatoes, so we're just not going to grow them anymore. We're going to leave that for something else. Probably popcorn, but we'll see. But like I said, we're done with potatoes. No more, no more. My wife likes red cabbage. I don't. I mean, I can take it or leave it. Well, every year she tries to grow red cabbage. She'll go to the local landscaper and buy 3 or 4 plants, put them in the ground. Well, they grow, but they don't form the ball, you know, the head. They don't form a head. I don't know what's going on. So we're not going to try that anymore. Our okra did real well. We only planted 1 row of okra this year. We let it get out of hand. You know, you got to pick them when they're 3 inches long. If they get 4 to 5 inches long, people don't want them. But they did well. They did well. They grew real well. They got the most beautiful bloom on them you'll ever see. But anyway, let's move on here. Okra, cucumbers. I tried something this year. If you'll watch my videos, one of my last videos, I tried a cattle panel, made it into a hump, like well, it looked like the first greenhouse I ever built. And then I grew the cucumbers along it, and they growed up it. And the idea was they're supposed to hang down. You're supposed to pick them. Well, that didn't happen, not once. I don't know if it was where I put the plants or what, or the seeds, but we did okay, but we can't get a cucumber to grow straight. It wants to bend on the end. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try them again next year. Got new seeds this year. That's probably what it was. My old seeds are old. A lot of my seeds are getting old. My wife likes to grow eggplant. Now, the reason she grows some of these things is we don't eat them, but we sell them. We have a produce stand here at the house. Big sign out there I had made, and And it's a lot of fun, and we make, well, decent money, you know, $150, $130 a Saturday, which it pays for the seeds and stuff, and it's something to do. I don't sit there, she sits there, and there's usually somebody always there. They come until the late fall. Did real well. Now, on other things like pumpkins, watermelon, cantaloupe, and gourds, they all did real well. The pumpkins didn't get real big, but they got big enough. My wife uses them for ornamental around the house, you know, on pretty things. And the cantaloupe were good. Watermelon were good. Gourds, yeah, you know, I don't know what you do with a gourd, make a birdhouse out of it. But anyway, that leaves us one more thing, and that's the tomatoes, which is my favorite. That's number one with me. If I had to pick one plant to put in the garden or one vegetable, that's what it would be, and nothing else, you know, if I had to. We grew 40 different kinds of tomatoes this year, which is down for us. We usually grow around 65, somewhere between 60 and 70 different tomato plants. Well, this year we've cut that back to 40. You'll call it cutting back. We had 10 rows of 12, okay? 10 rows of 12 plants, which is 120. Then I had some left over from the greenhouse sales. We sell our plants in the spring. So I had a total probably 130. Tomatoes did real well, very well actually. We had 9 rows of red tomatoes. We don't grow pink tomatoes. And 1 row of yellow tomatoes. And they all did well. Except we had a problem, and I made a video of it. Having trouble with, I think it's crows. We go up there every morning, and something had been pecking and pecking and pecking on our red tomatoes. None of the other tomatoes were bothered. None of the green tomatoes were bothered. None of the yellow tomatoes were bothered. Nothing else in that garden was bothered, except our nice big prize red tomatoes. And it started pissing us off, because, you know, ain't nothing we do. We put up scarecrows, we put up pie pans, we hung CD disc from wire, or, you know, trying to scare them all. It didn't scare them all. Crows are smart, but I'm pretty sure it was crows. I don't know what else it could have been. I don't know how to fix that. I can't put a net around 120 or 130 plants. That's too much. So we'll just have to deal with it. I mean, they didn't devastate us. We did okay. We did okay. I don't know how many bushel we ended up picking this year, but it was way up there. It was way up there. 20, 30, I don't know how many bushel. And that's 53 pounds a bushel, so you can get an idea how many it is. But gosh, that's about all I got to talk about. The tomatoes, we had to water a lot this year. We had to water a lot. We had, I can look in my record book, I keep a daily log. We had a span there 21 days this summer with no rain at all. And I got a 35-gallon water tank I put in the back of the golf cart, and we go up there and we hand water them. Well, that doesn't do the job, you know, like a good overnight soaking of rain does, but it keeps you afloat, I guess you could say. I can't wait for this season, the next season, 2021, to get started. I'll be so darn glad to get out of this year. It's been one thing after another. That nasty old presidential election and stuff like that, and the pandemic, and the garden, and it was good. That was the good part. I forgot one thing. I shouldn't have. Main thing is our blackberries. Man, oh man. My wife, I bet my wife was picking. During the peak, I bet she was picking 5 pounds of blackberries a night. at least. And people buy that, oh, they buy them blackberries like there's no tomorrow. Big with them big, we have them big hybrid thornless plants. You pick varieties, but we got to the point where we was picking them all so people wouldn't have to go down there. We was afraid, you know, somebody get hurt or something. So anyway, my wife we sold the heck out of them blackberries. Great big ones, and they're so good. We made tons and tons and tons of jelly. I bet there's 60 or 70 jars of jelly in there in the pantry, and the blackberries were just so very good. So happy with them. They're kind of maintenance free too. You don't have to worry about them in the winter. Mulch around them so you don't have any weeds at the bottom. Now the mulch I use, that's just a trick. I got to get going. This video's lasting way too long. I use the leaves from the previous year. Like this year, I have a lawn vac that sucks up the leaves and chops them up. And I'll take them down there in them blackberries in each row and dump them out. And then we'll blow them into the base of the blackberry plant. And that is the mulch. That's our mulch. That and the pine straw. We got a ton of pine trees out front, and the pine straw is just wonderful, especially under strawberries. But that's just a little hint, a little something I do. Those leaves are instead of burning them, I use them for my mulch, and they work great. That's about all I've got for now. I hope everyone has a nice, happy Thanksgiving. I know I won't as happy as I can be because my family's not with me, but they will be at Christmas time one way or the other. But we have to wear a mask. They'll be here. So I won't sign off of here for now. So if you got any comments, please leave them down below. And for now, this is the County Line Gardener saying bye bye.